Ever since Donald Trump was convicted in a New York court and became a felon, the reaction from Republicans has been unhinged. But what's been really disturbing is that it's not just the MAGA nutjob types doing performative insanity for the camera. It's the highest elected leaders in the Republican Party.
This was a sham-rigged political show trial from the very beginning.
This is the most outrageous travesty I've ever seen.
This was not law. This was not criminal justice.
It's all of them, every single one of them. But don't take my word for how disturbing this is. My podcast colleague, Alicia Preston, who is a Republican political consultant, who's worked for Republican presidential and congressional campaigns, went off on her own party. And it's worth watching as she takes her own fellow Republicans out behind the woodshed for turning against the American people and American democracy. Take a look.
Republican elected officials and wannabe elected officials have absolutely no grasp on the American electorate and what we're thinking. Interview after interview, random people talking to people, what we see on TV, the people are telling you they're uncomfortable with a guy that's been convicted of a crime.
Former Trump voters who now say they won't vote for him in the wake of his conviction last week in his New York City criminal trial.
Don't care what the crime is, don't care what it's about, hush money, none of that's relevant. The people are pulling away. And yet we've got members of Congress who are doubling down, tripling down, following his dangerous narrative, calling this a fascist state we're living in, and calling for retribution. And Jim Jordan, the nitwit, put on a damn tie saying he's going to call on Alvin Bragg, the prosecutor, to the federal government. This is a direct attack on our entire judicial system, which this nation exists on. Without our checks and balances, without our separation of powers, we will not function successfully the way we were intended to function. And Trump and his sycophants, unfortunately, some of whom hold some of the highest offices in the land, including the Speaker of the House, are instead of going with what America is, they're going with who Donald Trump is.
Mike Johnson's laying out a plan to take on the Justice Department following Donald Trump's conviction last week.
Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, also of Louisiana, is taking to social media to react, saying this today is a shameful day in American history. He went on to say, quote, this was a purely political exercise, not a legal one, and he predicts Trump will win the election come November.
Even Trump had to walk his own statements back in an interview with Hannity on Fox News the other day, because the American people are pushing back.
Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up.
Lock her up is right.
I didn't say lock her up.
For what she's done, they should lock her up.
I didn't say lock her up.
Crooked, you should lock her up.
We don't want a retribution government. We don't want a revenge party in the White House. What's amazing to me is I think they don't realize it. I think they are in such a bubble in Washington. But here's a lesson, guys. Look at the results of 2018. Look at the results of 2020. Look at the results of 2022. Heck, look at the off-year election results of 2023 in swing states. Every single swing state, lightly purple state, went against Trump and Trump-supported candidates. That's how it's been because the people, we the people, don't want him or his sycophants in office. So how they are so completely disconnected from the very electorate that they represent is, I can't get my mind around it. I just don't understand why they don't learn. Unless there's something I'm missing and then it's not actually about electoral politics. It's about something else. Maybe they do want to create a cult. Maybe they really are as sucked in as some of, his people on the ground. But it strategically makes absolutely no electoral sense for them to continue down this path. Look, we don't give voters enough credit. I think voters evolve as things change. I, who am a longtime Trump critic, I remember the morning that Mar-a-Lago was raided. And I was called to hop on some radios. And I said, we got to step back. This is a big deal. I'm not comfortable with this. I'll wait and see what this is about. But even I was pushing back because I thought there better be something pretty serious for federal government to raid the home of a former president. It made me uncomfortable. Then the evidence came out. We found out why they did it. We found out why they had to do it. A lot of voters will go through that process themselves. They will change their minds on issues, on politicians as information comes out.